Hello everyone, welcome to Matrix YouTube channel. Today we are here for the discussions on solutions of Matrix Olympiad paper which was held on 29th of October in shift first. Okay, so we will start from class 9th and the subject is physics. Let us start our discussion. Question number 1. In question number 1, it is said a bullet hits a sandbox with a velocity of 20 meter per second and penetrates it up to a distance of 6 centimeter. Find the deceleration of the bullet in the sandbox. So let us write the given values first. So it is the initial velocity of bullet. So I am writing it by small u, which is 20 meter per second. So after some time, when we know that when it will penetrate in sandbox, in the last it will stop. So its final velocity will becomes 0. And it has traveled a stopping distance s is equals to 6 centimeter. So we have to calculate the value of acceleration. Using equation of motion, v square is equals to u square plus 2as. From here, we can write it, the value of v is 0, value of u is 20 square plus 2a, and the value of displacement is 6 centimeter. Converting it into meter, I can write it 6 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. Okay, so from here we can directly write a is equals to minus 20 square divided by 2 into 6 into 10 to the power minus 2. From here we can write a is equals to minus 20 multiplied by 20 multiplied by 100 divided, I have put this 10 to the power minus 2 into numerator, sign will be changed and 10 to the power 2 can be written as 100. So here we have 2 into 6. Okay, so from here I am cancelling this will become 10. Again cancelling this or dividing by 3 2s are 6, or no, not by 3, by dividing by 2 it will become 3 and it will become 10. So this becomes 1 000 divided by 3. On solving this, we will get the option B is our correct answer. Okay. Next question. Question number 2. In question number 2, it is said a stone dropped from the top of tower touches the ground in 4 seconds. The height of the tower is about. So the time is given, that is 4 seconds. And we know that a stone is falling under the effect of gravity. So acceleration will be equal to g. And I am writing its value 10 meter per second square. Actually, its value is 9.8. But for simplifying our calculation, I am assuming 10. So from using equation of motion, that is s is equals to ut plus half at square. In place of s, because the displacement is vertical, so I will write it in terms of height h. Initial speed was 0 because it was dropped initially from the height of tower. So it becomes 0. Then we have 1 upon 2 gt square. Putting the values 10 divided by 2 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 4. On solving this, 2 4s are 8 and 8 into 10 becomes 80. So correct answer is option A. Question number 3. In question number 3, it is asked, which of the following graph cannot possibly represent one-dimensional motion of a particle? So, let us check. In first case, we can see the distance is decreasing with time. Here we can see it is having a slightly less negative slope. So, this is a wrong graph. This is not possible. In second graph, between position and time, at one time there are two positions of graph, which is also not possible. At single time there can not be two values of position. In third case, we can see at a single time there are two values of velocity, which is also not possible. Here we can see with time the value of speed is positive and negative also. So speed cannot be negative for a moving body. This is also a wrong graph. So our correct answer will be all the above. Okay. Next question. Question number 4. A man getting down from a running bus fall forwards because we know that when a man is sitting in a running bus, he is in inertia of motion. Suddenly when he will put his feet onto the ground which is at rest, then due to inertia of motion of upper part of body continues to be in the motion in forward direction, while feet come to rest as soon as they touch the road. So directly we can say option B is our correct answer. Next question, question number 5. A force of 10 Newton act on a body of mass 20 kg for 10 seconds. Then its change in momentum. So we have to calculate the value of change in momentum. We know that from second law, force is equal to change in momentum in per unit time. Okay. So from here, we have to calculate the value of change in momentum, which becomes F into delta T. So putting the values, the force is 10. Okay. And the time is also 10. So there is no need of value of mass. So directly from here, we get the answer 100 kg meter per second. So our correct answer is option B. Next question, question number 6. Okay. In question number 6, a body of mass 100 kg is moving horizontally with a velocity 50 meter per second. Okay. So body has a mass, let's say mass is m1, which is 1000 kg, and its velocity is, let's say, v1, which is 50 meter per second. Okay. A mass of 250 kg is added. The new value of mass which is added with m1, let's say m2, which is 250 kg. Now this mass is added with this 1000 kg mass. Then it is asking about the final velocity. Okay. So let's say final velocity is v2, which we have to calculate using conservation of momentum. Initial momentum is equals to final momentum. So what is the initial momentum? That is m1 v1. This is initial momentum. What is final momentum? In final case, we have added the both masses. So I will write it m1 plus m2 multiplied by v2. So the formula of v2 becomes equal to m1 v1 divided by m1 plus m2. Now let us put the values. m1 is 1000 and v1 is 50, and m1 plus m2 will becomes 1250. Okay. So let us solve this. So from here, this 0 is cancelled by this 0. Okay. Then let us cancel, divide this 5 with this 125. I will write it this 25. And from here, cancelling this, I will get the answer 40. So option A is our correct answer. Question number 7. We have to match the column 1 with column 2. Definition of force. Definition of force is given by Newton's first law. Okay. Measure of force. The formula of force was given by Newton's second law. So I will write it. Oh, sorry. For P, I will write it 3. And for Q, I will write it 1. Okay. Recoiling of gun, this is based on third law, action and reaction law. So this will be 2. So correct option is 3, 1, 2. Let us check 3, 1, 2. That means option C is our correct answer. Which of the following statements are true and false? Let us check. The average and instantaneous velocities have same value in uniform motion. During uniform motion, the value of velocity does not changes. That means the first statement is true. The relative velocity of a body with respect to itself is 0. This is also a true statement. Slope of displacement time graph is equal to the velocity. For this, let us draw graph between displacement and time. Okay. So let us assume it is a graph for any object between displacement and time. Y-axis we have taken velocity. Sorry, in y-axis we have taken displacement. Okay. And in x-axis we have taken time. Let's say at any instant the value of time is t and value of displacement is s. Okay. And if this angle is theta, then to calculate slope, we have to find the value of tan theta, which is perpendicular upon base. Perpendicular is s, base is t. Displacement upon time is equals to velocity. That means third statement is also true. So all the three statements are true. Correct option is option B. Next question. In this question, there is a paragraph given regarding some information about force and mass and acceleration. And it is said a force of 5 Newton gives a mass m1 and acceleration of 8 meter per second square. We know that the value of force can be calculated by mass into acceleration. So for first case, let us say the value of force is 5 Newton, okay, mass is m1 and acceleration is 8, equation number 1. For second case, same force gives an acceleration of 24 meter per second square for mass m2. So force is 5, but mass is m2 and acceleration is 24. Equation number 2. Now it is said, what acceleration would if both the masses are tied together? If both masses are tied together, then we have to calculate the value of acceleration, and force is given here. So we know that F is equals to ma, then A is equals to becomes F upon m. So A is equals to value of force is 5. Value of force is 5. Now we have to find the value of both masses. From here, the value of mass m1 can be written as 5 upon 8. So I am writing it 5 upon 8 plus, from here I can write value of mass m2, 5 upon 24. So this becomes 5 upon 24, okay. On solving this, here I am taking common 5, 1 upon 8 plus 1 upon 24, okay. From this 5 is cancelled. So A becomes equal to 8 multiplied by 24 divided by 24 plus 8, okay. Now let us solve this. 8 multiplied by 24 divided by 24 plus 8 becomes 32. Okay. So from solving this, it becomes 8 4s are 32. And from here we can see the correct answer is 6 meter per second square. So option A is our correct answer. Next question, question number 10. On same paragraph, another question is given here. A machine gun of mass 10 kg fires 20 gram bullets with a speed of 500 meter per second at the rate of 10 bullets per second. Okay. To hold the gun steady in its position, how much force is necessary? So from using second law of motion, the force is equals to rate change of momentum. Okay. Because here the number of bullets fired per second are 10, so I am writing this formula n delta p upon delta t. Value of delta t is given 1 because bullet fires are given in per second. So now let us find the value of force required. Number of bullets is 10 and change in momentum, if I will write, the value of momentum is given by mass into velocity. So the mass of bullet is 20 gram. Converting this 20 gram into kg, I will divide it by 1000 and multiply it by velocity. What is velocity? Velocity is, or speed is 500. Okay. From here, I will cancel this by 2 and here get 10. 10 into 10 becomes 100 Newton. So correct answer is option B. So we have discussed all the questions of class 9th for subject physics. For more information regarding Matrix Olympiad like result or medal ceremony or award ceremony, please press the bell icon and subscribe this YouTube channel. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone. Now we will discuss the chemistry portion of class 9th. Let's see the question. Question is, in which of the following chemical changes the physical state of the substance also undergoes a change? Let's see the options. Option first is burning of magnesium ribbon. We know that magnesium ribbon is a solid substance. On burning, it gives magnesium oxide, and the magnesium oxide is also a solid substance. So there is no change in the physical state of the reactant and product. Now let's see the next option. Heating of iron and sulfur together. Iron is present in the solid form and sulfur is also present in the solid form. When we heat iron and sulfur, then it produces FeS. That is also a solid substance. So the option second is also a wrong option. Now let's see the option third. Burning of carbon. We know that carbon is a solid substance. When we burn carbon, then it produces carbon dioxide, and carbon dioxide is a gas. So there is a physical state change, or we can say there is a change in the physical state of reactant and product. So option third is the right option. Now let's see the next, electrolysis of water. When we electrolyze the water, means water is present in the liquid state, and on electrolysis it gives hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. So the physical state of the reactant and product is changed. So third is also right option. Now let's see the fifth, heating mercuric oxide. Mercuric oxide, formula of the mercuric oxide is HgO. Okay, and HgO is a solid substance, but when it is heating, then it produces mercury, and that is liquid. So there is a physical change, or we can say that there is a change in the physical state of the reactant and product. So option fifth is also a right option. So third, fourth and fifth means option C is the right option for this question. Okay, now let's see the next question. The next question is, which of the following statement is wrong? Option first is, matter is made up of very small particles which can be seen under a microscope. Which of the following statement is wrong? But this statement is right. So this is not a right option. Now let's see the second. The particles of matter attracts each other. This is also a right statement. So this option is not go for this question. Now let's see the third. The matter has definite shape and definite volume. No, gas does not have the definite shape and definite volume. So this is a right option for this question. Let's see the option D also. The particles of all matters have the space between them. This is also a right statement. But in this question, which of the following statement is wrong? We find the wrong statement. So the option A, B and D are right statements. So according to that, these all are wrong options, and option C is the right option for this question. Now let's see the next question. The next question is, the boiling point of 5 liquids are 329 Kelvin, 353 Kelvin, 488 Kelvin and 470 and 532 Kelvin. Which of the following set contains non-volatile liquids? Generally, non-volatile liquids boiled at 100 degree means around 373 Kelvin. So let's see the option. Option A, 329, 353 and 470. This is a wrong option. Now let's see the next. 353, 470 and 532. 353 means this is also a wrong option. Now let's see the third. 353, 488, 523. These two are right, but 353, this is also a wrong option. So now let's see the next option. 470 Kelvin, 488 Kelvin and 532 Kelvin. So this is a right option for this question. Okay, so the D set contain all non-volatile liquids which boiled at above 100 degree. Okay, now let's see the next question. The next question is, the fine particles of an insoluble substance uniformly dispersed throughout a gas or liquid is called. We know that the fine particles of an insoluble substance when uniformly dispersed throughout a gas or a liquid is called colloidal solution. Now let's see the options. Option first is suspension. No, this is a wrong option. Option B is precipitate. It is also a wrong option. Option D is impurity. It is also a wrong option. Now the option C is colloidal solution. This is a right option for this question. Now let's see the next question. The next question is, identify the false statement. Okay, so now let's see the options. Option A is colloids are homogeneous. Option B is colloids show Tyndall effect. Option C is colloid show Brownian moment. And option D is the size of colloidal particles range between 1 to 1000 nm. We know that there are the three types of the solutions. First is true solution, second is colloidal solution, and third is suspension. The size of the colloidal solution is in between range to 1 to 1000 nanometer. So the option D is right option, right statement. But in this question we need to find the false statement. So this is the right statement. Colloids show Brownian moment. This is also a right statement. Colloids show Tyndall effect. This is also a right option. Okay. Now let's see the option A. Colloids are homogeneous. Colloids are not a homogeneous mixture. Colloids are heterogeneous mixture. So the option A is the right option for this question, because these all are the properties of colloidal solution. Colloids show Tyndall effect, colloids show Brownian moment, and the size of the colloidal particles range between 1 to 1000 nanometer. So in this question we need to identify the false statement. So the option B, C and D, these all are true statements, but the option A is the false statement. So option A is the right option for this question. Okay, now let's see the next question. The density of water is maximum at option A is 0 degree, option B is 277 Kelvin, option C is 100 degrees Celsius, and option D is 283 Kelvin. We know that the density of water is maximum at 4 degree Celsius, and when we convert the degree Celsius into Kelvin, then we add 4 degree in 273. So 273 plus 4 is equal to 772. It means the option B is the right option for this question. Now let's see the question number 17. The question is, match column first with column second and select the correct answer using the codes given below. Column first is salt solution, Q is blood, and R is smoke. And the column second, first is aerosol, second is true solution, and third is emulsion. Let's see the option again. P is salt solution. When we dissolve salt in water, then it forms a true solution, means the particle size of the true solution is less than 1 nanometer. So the salt solution is a true solution. Now let's see the second, blood. Blood is a colloidal solution which is known as the emulsion, means liquid in liquid. So the Q match with third option. Now let's see the smoke. Smoke is the colloidal solution which is known as the aerosol. So the option R goes with first. So P match with second, Q match with third, and R match with first. So 2, 3, 1. So option A is the right option for this question. Now let's see the next question. The next question is, which of the following statement is or are true or false? First is, an element consists of the same kind of atoms. It is a right statement. We know that element consists of the same kind of atoms. When element is formed, then it consists the same type of atoms. So the option A is the, or option first is the right statement or true statement. Second is, a compound is heterogeneous in nature. No, a compound is homogeneous in nature. So the option second is, or statement second is false statement. Now let's see the third. Elements which have properties of both metal and non-metals are called metalloids or semi-metals. This is also a right statement. So the option first is, statement first is true, statement second is false, and statement third is true. So true, false, true. Option A is the right option for this question. Now let's see the question. Given figure shows the effect of pressure and temperature on the changes among three states of matter. we know that there are three states of matter: solid, liquid and gas. And in this diagram, this is, first is the solid state, second is liquid and third is gaseous state. So let's see the question. Select the correct statement. First is, change first is carried out under high temperature and low pressure. Okay, let's see the change first. Change first means when solid convert into gaseous state. So change first is carried out under high temperature and low pressure. This is a right statement because we know that when we increase the temperature, then solid convert into gaseous state. So the option A is the correct, or option first is the correct statement. Now let's see the second. Change fourth is carried out under low temperature and high pressure. Change fourth means this change means gas convert into solid state. Change 4 is carried out under low temperature. We know that when we increases the pressure and decreases the temperature, then gaseous molecules are compact each other and form in the and converted into the solid state. So option second is also a right option. Now let's see the third. Change second is carried out under low temperature and high pressure. No. Change second means solid convert into liquid state. Change second is carried out under low temperature. No, this state convert or the solid convert into liquid in the high temperature. So this is a wrong statement. Now let's see the fourth. Change third is carried out. This is right. This is also right. Now let's see the third. Change second is carried out under low temperature and high pressure. No, this is wrong. Now let's see the fourth. Change third is carried out under low temperature and high pressure. Change third means gas convert into liquid state. Change third is carried out under low temperature and high pressure. We know that when we increases the pressure and decreases the temperature, then gaseous state convert into liquid state. So option fourth is also a right option. So first, third and fourth means option C is the right option for this question. Okay, now let's see the next question. The question is, dry ice is an example of process. Dry ice is a substance which convert solid to gaseous state, means the solid state is converted directly into gaseous state, and this process is known as the sublimation, and dry ice is an example of a sublimable substance. Okay, so now let's see the options. First is evaporation. No, it is a wrong option. Second is crystallization. It is also a wrong option. Now next is the purification. It is also a wrong option. And next C is the sublimation. So dry ice in example of sublimation process, or we can say dry ice is a sublimable substance.
Hello student, welcome to Matrix High School. Today we discuss about Matrix Olympiad paper solution for class 9th for biology portion. Let's start first question for biology. Cell of this tissue are living, a tissue that is living, and show angular wall thickening, side wall that are the thickening wall. They also provide mechanical support to plant. This tissue is xylem, no, sclerenchyma, that responsible for hardness, and collenchyma, that is right, that is living and angular wall thickening and provide mechanical support to the plant. So right option is collenchyma. Next question. The meristematic region present between xylem and phloem of open vascular bundle is called medullary ray. No, that is wrong. Pericycle, that the outer region, so wrong. Pith, middle tissue for pith, that is wrong. That present at the center of the section. And next one is the intrafascicular cambium. Intrafascicular cambium, that is help in secondary growth. So that are the right answer for this question. Mean to say between the xylem and phloem of open vascular bundle. So our right answer is intrafascicular cambium, that responsible for secondary growth. Next question is, which of the following contributes the most of water conduction in plants? Sieve tube, xylem vessels, trachea and sieve cells. According to question, water conduction, that is water conduction in plants responsible by xylem vessels. Xylem vessels always participate in conduction of water. So right answer for this question is option B. Next question is, which of the following is not true for eukaryotic cell? Eukaryotic cell. You mean true carrion cell. Mean to say plant and animal cell. Plant and animal cell. So first, it has ATS type of ribosome present in the mitochondria. That is wrong, because ATS present at cytoplasm. Mitochondria contains circular DNA, right? Next one is membrane bound organelle are present, right? So not true, wrong statement. Wrong statement is option A. Option B, A is the right answer for this question. 24th right answer is option A. Next, the vacuole is lined by a membrane called vacuole. Vacuole is the largest site in plant cell, and outer membrane of vacuole is tonoplast. Cell membrane for cell, jacket for the so many things, and tonoplasm inside the tonoplast. So tonoplast is the right answer for vacuole. Next, the cell wall of eukaryotic organism is made up of cell wall. Cell wall contains so many things like hemicellulose, pectin, right? Hemicellulose, pectin, cellulose, right? Hemicellulose, lipid, wrong, and hemicellulose, chitin. So right answer is hemicellulose, pectin and cellulose. Option B for eukaryotic organism in plant cell. Next one is, which of the following statement true and false? Oxygen is transported by hemoglobin in blood. That is right. Tendon and ligament are specialized type of epithelial tissue. Osteocytes are present in space called lacunae. That is right. So according to option, first one is true, second false, and third is true, because lacunae is right. So true, false, true. True, false, true. Option A is the right answer for this question. Next one is, match the column. Match the column first and second. Smallest leukocyte and leukocyte maximum in number. According to question, largest leukocyte are monocyte, and smallest leukocyte lymphocyte, and leukocyte maximum in number neutrophil. The largest, smallest and maximum in number. So according to matching, 3, 1 and 2. 3, 1, 2. 3, 1, 2 in option B is the right answer for this question. Next, given diagram, that is plastid, which contain green colored pigment and that help in photosynthesis. In photosynthesis, all these things are participate and help in formation of food. Mostly help by granum, stroma lamellae. These are the portion and site for photosynthesis. Stoma is the basic site and include so many things in the stoma. So, according to this question, this diagram, first question is the main functional unit of this cell. Main functional unit, it's mean stroma contain these all things, but process, mainly photosynthesis process in quantasome. So right answer according to question is quantasome, because the stroma is the site for contain all things. So functional unit is quantasome is right option for this question. Next, dash is the site of dark reaction during the photosynthesis. Dark side and light side. Light side present or occur in grena and dark side present in stroma. So option B is the right answer for 30th question. So all these are the solution for biology portion. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to the paper solution of class 9th 29 October's first shift. Okay, our first question is, if x raised to power minus 2 equals 64, then x raised to power 1 by 3 into x raised to power 0 is. It is saying that x raised to power minus 2 equals 64. It means x raised to power 2 equal to 1 upon 64. X equal to 1 upon 8. Okay. If x equal to 1 upon 8, then what is the value of x raised to power 1 by 3? That is the 1 upon 8 raised to power 1 by 3, and x raised to power 1 by 3 equal 1 upon 8 equal to 1 upon 2's cube raised to power 1 by 3. So x raised to power 1 by 3 equal 1 upon 2. And it is asking x raised to power 1 by 3 into x raised to power 0. So x raised to power 1 by 3 into x raised to power 0. What is the value of x raised to power 0? That is the 1. And what is the value of x raised to power 1 upon 3? That is the 1 upon 2. So 1 upon 2 into 1, that is the 1 by 2. Option C is the correct answer. Okay, next question, express 23.43 bar in P upon Q form. So x equal to 23.43 bar हमने assume किया. Let now multiply x with 100, so it will be the 100x equal to 2343.43 bar. Okay, now subtract equation 1 from equation 2, so it will be the 99x and it will be the 2343.43 bar minus 23.43 bar. So this will be the 99x equal, this will be 2320. So x equal 2320 upon 99. It means option A is the correct answer. देख लो, C. This is the 23.43 bar and equal to the 2320 upon 99. So option A is the correct answer. Next, every point on a number line represents. See here, every point on a number line. When we draw number line, you know, on a number line you can represent natural number, you can represent a rational number, you can represent any whole number, but every point, when we talk about the every point cannot represent a natural number, every point cannot represent a rational number, any point cannot represent a whole number. So it means all numbers are included in real numbers. So every point on a number line represent a unique real number. So option A is correct, a unique real number. Question number 34, the value of k for which the system of equation kx minus y equal to 6x minus 2y equal 3 has a unique solution. So you know very well, for the unique solution, what is the condition? The ratio of the coefficient of x and y should not be equal. So the ratio of the coefficient, see here, what is the ratio of the coefficient? K upon 6 should not equal to minus 1 upon minus 2. So k should not equal to minus 1 upon minus 2 into 6, k should not equal to 3. So k should not equal to 3. Option B is the correct answer. Okay, next question. The equation x minus 2 equals 0 on a number line represented by A. On a number line, it is not talking about the Cartesian plane. In the Cartesian plane, the x minus 2 equals 0 represent a line, but on a number line, x equal to, yani x minus 2 equal to 0 means x equal to 2. X equal to 2 represent a unique point. So option B is the correct, a point. The sum of a two-digit number and the number formed by interchanging their digit is 132. Just assume a number is 32. So how can you write 3 into 10 plus 2? Okay, so we assuming the number is AB. A is the second digit and B is the unit digits. So it can be represented in A into 10 plus B or 10A plus B. So the sum of a two-digit number, this is the two-digit number, and a number formed by interchanging. When we interchange it, what will be the number? BA, and BA can written as 10B plus A is 132. Sum of these number is 132. 10A plus B plus 10B plus A is 132. Sum of both number is 132. If 12 is added to the number, the new number become 5 times the sum of the digit. So first of all, try to solve this. This will be the 11A plus 11B equal 132. When you simplify it, you can write A plus B equal 12. Okay. Next, if 12 is added to the number is AB, and when you add 12, the new number becomes 5 times the sum of the digit. The new numbers, that is the 10A plus B plus 12. Okay. And the new number becomes 5 times the sum of the digit. 5 times sum of digit, that is the sum of the digit. Okay. So this will be the 10A plus B plus 12 equal 5A plus 5B. So that is the 5A minus 4B equal minus 12. So solve it. 5A minus 4B equal minus 12. Now solve equation 1 and equation 2. How you will solve? Eliminate A. So equation 1 is multiplied by 5, then it will be the 5A plus 5B equal 5 to the 60. Okay. Now subtract. So 5A will be eliminate and this will be the 9B equal minus 72. Minus 9B equal minus 72. B will be the 8. So B is the 8. Then what is the A? A will be the, put here, A plus B equal to 12. So A will be the 4. So what is the number? Actual number is AB, means 4 and 8, 48. Actual number is 48. Option A is the correct answer. Now next question, the line segment joining the points minus 3, minus 4, 1 comma minus 2 is divided internally by the y-axis in the ratio. It is saying that a line segment joining the points is divided internally by y-axis. Just assume minus 3, minus 4 lies something here, and 1 comma minus 2, 1 comma minus 2 lying here. When you connect it, it will pass through the y-axis, and on this point, what is the x-coordinate? X-coordinate is 0 and y-coordinate may be something, just assume y dash. So we have to find the ratio. For the ratio, only x-coordinate is sufficient. So how we will get the ratio? X-coordinate is 0. So ratio is, if m1 upon m2, then it can be given as x1 minus x upon x minus x2. So x1 यानी -3, x coordinate 0 upon x0 minus x2 1. So that will be the -3 upon -1, that is 3 upon 1. So actually the ratio will be the m1 ratio m2 equal 3 ratio 1, 3 ratio 1. Option C is the correct answer. Next question, write the equation of the line that is parallel to y-axis and passing through the point -4, -3. We have to write the equation which is parallel to y-axis. If a line is passing parallel to the y-axis, in that situation x is constant. In that situation x is constant. In that situation any line parallel to the y-axis can be given as x equal to a. Okay, now it is passing through -4, -3. It means it satisfies this equation. So put the value of the x. A is equal x, it means -4. So put again here. So x equal to, what is the value of the a? -4. So it can be represented as x plus 4 equal to 0. So the equation option C, x plus 4 equal to 0. Next question, if x equal to 2k plus 1 and y equal k minus 1 is a solution of the equation, find the value of k. If x equal to 2k plus 1, y equal to k minus 1 is the solution of this equation, then this will satisfy the equation. So put the value of x and y. 2 into, what is the value of x? 2k plus 1. And what is the value of the y? K minus 1 plus 5 equal 0. So when you solve, 4k plus 2 minus 3k plus 3 plus 5 equal 0. 2 plus 3, 5 plus 5, 10. So that is the k plus 10 equal 0. So k equal to -10. What is the value of the k? -10. Option D is the correct answer. Next question, in figure, if lines L and M are parallel, then the measure of angle X. Okay, if line L and M are parallel, it is given that here it is the 90 degree. So this angle is also 90 degree. Okay. This line is working like a transversal. This angle is the 125 degree. So this angle is the 55 degree. Okay, using the concept of co-interior angles. So the total angle is the 90 degree and this is the 55 degree. So this angle will be the 35 degree. So option A is the correct answer. Okay, in the next question, AB parallel to CD. This line is parallel to this line and CD parallel to EF. It means all three lines are parallel to each other. Also EA perpendicular AB. EA perpendicular AB. So this angle is 90 degree is given. And if BEF equal to 55 degree. BEF equal to 55 degree. Find angle X and angle Z. Okay. So these lines are also parallel. So this angle is the 55 degree, then angle X is the 125 degree using the concept of co-interior angle, and this is 90 degree. So angle Z is also, total angle is also 90 degree. It is 55 degree. So the remaining angle is the 35 degree. So angle X equal to 125 degree and angle Z equal to 35 degree. Angle X equal to 125 degree, angle Z equal to 35 degree. Option A is the correct answer. Okay, next question, if two straight lines are perpendicular to the same third line, what kind of lines are they to each other? What kind of lines they are they to each other? So, just assume there is a line L, two other lines M and N. Both are perpendicular to line L. So, it means this is angle 90 degree, this is angle 90 degree. Just assuming that line L is a transversal on line M and N. So the sum of co-interior angle is 180 degree. It means line M and N are parallel to each other. Option A, what kind of lines are they to each other? They are parallel to each other. Next question, in figure AM perpendicular BC and AN is bisector of angle A. If angle B equal to 65 degree, angle C equal to 30 degree, find angle MAN. We have to find the angle MAN. Let's see here. If N is the bisector of BC, AM is perpendicular. In this case, the angles between perpendicular and the bisector will be the half of angle B minus angle C. So, half of angle B 65 degree minus angle C 33 degree, that is the half of 32, that is the 16 degree. So, the measure of angle MAN will be the 16 degree. Option B is the correct answer. Okay. Proceed to the next question. In triangle ABC, if angle A equal to 45 degree and angle B equal to 70 degree, which is the shortest side of triangle? Triangle की shortest side कौन सी होगी? देखो आपके पास में, if in a triangle ABC, A is 45 degree, B is 70 degree. So what is the measure of angle C? That is a 180 minus 70 plus 45 degree. So that is the 180 minus 70 plus 45, 115, that is the 65 degree. So measure of this angle is the 65 degree. Okay. So the shortest side, in the triangle, the shortest side will be the opposite to the shortest angle, and the shortest angle is the A. So shortest side will be the opposite to angle A, that is the BC. So option B is the correct answer. BC is the shortest side. Question number 45. An exterior angle of a triangle is then either of interior opposite angle. There are 4 options: shorter, greater, equal, none of these. It is asking in a triangle the exterior angle is fill in the blank, then either of interior opposite angles. These are the interior opposite angles. So in a triangle ABC, if A and B are interior opposite angle, then the measure of exterior angle will be the angle A plus angle B. It means this angle is greater than angle A and angle B. So the exterior angle is always greater than either of interior opposite angle. Option B is the correct answer. Question number 46. If x raised to power 140 plus 2x raised to power 151 plus k is divisible by x plus 1, then value of k is. Okay. If this expression is divisible by x plus 1, then what is the value of k? It means on putting x equal to minus 1, here the remainder is 0. Okay. It is divisible means remainder is 0. So find p x equal minus 1, that is the minus 1 raised to power 140 plus 2 into minus 1 raised to power 151 plus k equal 0. Remainder is 0. So that is the, if power of negative number is even, then the number is even. So minus 1 raised to power 140 is 1 plus 2 into minus 1 raised to power 151, that is the minus 1 because the power is odd, plus k equals 0. 1 minus 2 plus k equals 0, k equal minus 1. So what is the value of k? K equal plus 1. Option A is the correct answer. Option A is the correct answer. K equal to 1. 47 number question. What should be added to x raised to power 4 plus 2x cube minus 2x square plus x minus 1 so that the result is exactly divisible by x square plus 2x minus 3. Generally what we do, if we subtract the remainder when divisible by x square plus 2x minus 3, then this polynomial is divisible by x square plus 2x minus 3. So what we have to add? We have to add additive inverse of the remainder. So first we will find the remainder, and after that we will find its additive inverse. So find the remainder. X square plus 2x minus 3 divided in x raised to power 4 plus 2x cube minus 2x square plus x minus 1. So x square divided in x raised to power 4, that is the x square. When we will multiply again, that is the x raised to power 4 plus 2x cube minus 3x square. When you subtract, that will be the x square plus x minus 1. X square. Again, when you divide, that will be the one time. So x square plus 2x minus 3. When we subtract again, that will be the minus 2x plus x, that is the minus x and plus 2. That is the remainder. And what we have to add? We have to additive inverse of the remainder. So what is the additive inverse of minus x plus 2? That is minus of minus x plus 2, that is the x minus 2. X minus 2, option B is the correct answer. Next question 48. If the graph of the equation 4x plus 3y equal 12 intersect the coordinate of axis at point A and B, then the length of the hypotenuse of right angle triangle AOB is. It is saying that is the Cartesian plane, and the equation 4x plus 3y. 4x plus 3y passes like this. 4x plus 3y equal 12. Intersect the coordinate axis at A and B. It intersect at A and it's intersect at B. Then the length of the hypotenuse. So we have to find the length. First of all, we have to find the coordinates. So here, you know, at the x-axis, the coordinate of y is 0. And at the y-axis, coordinate x is 0. So for finding the coordinates of point A, put 4x plus 3y equal 0. Here put x equal, put y equal 0. So you will get x, 4x plus 3y 0 equal 12, x equal 3. So the coordinate of x is 3 and coordinate of y is 0. So it means the distance is 3 unit. Okay, for finding the y coordinate, put x equal to 0. So when you put x equal to 0, so 0 plus 3y equal 12, y equal 4. If y equal 4, then the coordinate of point will be the 0, 4. It means the distance will be the 4 unit. Okay. Here it is a right angle triangle, that is 3, that is 4. So what is the hypotenuse? 3 square plus 4 square root. So it will be the, according to the Pythagoras, that will be the 5 units. So option C, the hypotenuse is the 5 unit. Option C is the correct answer. Next question, given that two of the zeros of the cubic polynomial are 0, then the third zero is. It is saying two zeros are 0. Two zeros are 0. That means you know one relation for the cubic polynomial, that is the sum of the 0, alpha plus beta plus gamma, is given by minus b upon a. Minus b is the coefficient of x square. Sorry, b is the coefficient of x square and a is the coefficient of x cube. So these two zeros, any two zeros are 0. So it means sum of these 0 will be also 0. So 0 plus gamma equal to minus b. What is the value of minus b? What is the value of the b? B upon. What is the value of the a? A. So gamma will be the minus b upon a. So the third zero will be the minus b upon a. Option A is the correct answer. Next, if a and b are the zeros of the polynomial fx equal x square minus 5x plus 4 such that a minus b equal 1, find the value of k. It is saying that the difference of the 0 is 1. And what is the sum of the zeros? From here, you know in the quadratic polynomial, the sum of the 0 0 are a plus b is given by minus b by a. Minus b. So what is the value of the b? B is the coefficient of x. So that is the minus 5. What is the a? Coefficient of x square. So a plus b equal 5 and a minus b equal 1 is already given. When you simplify it, you will get 2a equal 6, a equal 3. So a equal 3, when you put again here, you will get b equal 2. So a equal 3, b equal 2. You have to find the value of k. If x equal to a, x equal to b are zeros, then x equal to 3, x equal to 2 will be the zeros. And the polynomial will be px equal to x minus 3, x minus 2, that is the x square minus 5x plus 6. When you compare with x square minus 5x plus k, you will get the value of the k equal 6. So the value of the k equal 6. Option B is the correct answer. Okay, next question. Match column first with column second and select the correct answer using the codes given below. P. Irrational number between 2 and 4. When we check here, we will get that is the only one irrational number is here. That is the 2.21, 12, 111. It is following the pattern but cannot be represented in P upon Q, where P and Q both are integer. So, and it is also lying between 2 and 4. So, option 3 is the correct answer for P. Rational number between root 2 and root 3. So, we have to find the rational number between root 2 and root 3. So, if a rational number k lies between root 2 and root 3, it means square of that will also lie between square of root 2 and root 3. So, that is the 2, k square 3. And whose square lie between 2 and 3? 1.6 square, that is the 2.56. Is it lying between 2 and 3? Yes, it means 1 is the satisfying the answer. 1.40, square of 1.40 is 1.96. 1.96 does not lie between 2 and 3. So, second is not the answer. So, what is the answer of Q? Only the option first is the answer. So, here P satisfy the third, Q satisfy the first, and the value of 21 root 12 upon 10 root 27. 21 root 12 upon 10 root 27. So, 21 into root 12 can represent as 2 root 3 and root 27 can be represented as 3 root 3. So, root 3 to root 3 cancel out. 3 7 ja 21, 2 5 ja 10. So, the answer is 7 upon 5. 7 upon 5 is not here. So, we can represent in decimal format, that is the 1.4 or 1.40. So, solution of R is second, 1.40. So, correct option is 312. 312. Option C is the correct answer. Next question number 52. Match column first with column second and select the correct answer using the codes given below. If x plus 2, 5 equal 9, y plus 3, then x, y is. In the coordinate system, the x coordinate is equal to the x coordinate and y coordinate is equal to the y coordinate. If two coordinates are same, then x plus 2 equal to 9 and 5 equal to y plus 3. X plus 2 equal to 9 and 5 equal to y plus 3. So, the x will be the 7 and y will be the 2. So, the answer are 7, 2. Second is the correct answer. Reflection of a minus 2, 3 in y axis. Reflection of a minus 2, 3 in y axis. So, that is the y axis. Minus 3, 3. Minus 2, 3 lies here. So, what is the reflection on the y axis? That will be the 2, 3. 2, 3 is the correct answer. The graph of line y equal x passes through. Y equal x, it means y coordinate and x coordinate will be the same in only first the y coordinate and x coordinate are same. So first is the correct answer. So the correct answer is 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Option A is the correct answer. Next question, match column first congruent triangle with column second, rules of congruency. In this question, from P we have to take the congruent triangle. It is given that triangle ABD congruent to triangle ACD, and in second, which congruency rule does it follow, we have to check. So in the first, triangle ABD congruent to ACD. So here AB equal to AC. This is the right angle, so this one is also right angle, linear pair of angle, and this side is common. So when you notice, it is following RHS rule. RHS rule, option second is the correct for P. In Q, Q is equal to DC, BC equal to AD, and BD is common, so it is satisfying S congruence rule. Option third is the correct answer. In triangle AOB, that is the this side equal to this side, DO equal to AO, and angle A equal to angle D. So it is following SAS congruence rule. Option first is the correct for R. So correct answer are 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Option A is the correct answer. Next question, which of the following statements are true or false? X square plus x raised to power 1 by 2 plus 1 is not a polynomial. You know very well, in the polynomial the power of the variable is always in the whole number. When you notice here, the power of x is 1 upon 2. So it is not a whole number. So it is not a polynomial. This is true statement. Q, the mirror image of 3, 9 on the x-axis is 3, minus 9. So on the x-axis, the mirror image of 3, 9 lies here. The mirror image on the x-axis will be the 3, minus 9, because in the fourth quadrant y is negative. So yes, this is true. If the graph of equation y equal to mx plus c passes through origin, then c equal to 0. Okay, if passing through origin, at origin x equal to 0, y equal to 0, put x equal to 0, y equal to 0 in this equation. So y equal mx plus c, y equal to 0, m into x equal 0 plus c. So the value of c is 0. Yes, this is also true. So the correct answer is T. Option B is the correct answer. Okay, next question, which of the following statements are true or false? First is zeros of a polynomial are always 0. Just take a polynomial. We are taking very simple polynomial, linear polynomial, and finding it 0. So if we want to find it 0, we put equal to 0, we are getting x equal to 2. So x equal to 2 is a 0, but it is not equal to 0. It means the statement is false. Any polynomial can have any 0 that may be real, not real. Okay. So second, the y coordinates is also called abscissa. No, y coordinate is called ordinate, not abscissa. So second is also false. The equation 3x plus 10 has a unique solution. Try to solve. 3x plus 10 equal to 0, 3x equal to minus 10, x equal to minus 10 upon 3. You are getting unique value. Yes, it has unique solution. So this one is true. FFT. Option C is the correct answer. Next, question number 56. Which of the following statements are true or false? First is square root of a positive real number always exists. There is any positive real number, its square root exists. Yes, it is exist. It may be the rational, irrational, terminating, non-terminating, but it exists. First one is true. Second, the binomial may have degree 5. Binomial means the polynomial have two terms. Okay, it not related to the degree. So it may have degree 5. Yes, it may have degree 5. Just assume x raised to power 5 plus 10. Yes, it is a binomial. and it is having degree 5. If it asks that a binomial have degree 5, then it may be false. Then it will be false. Why? Because it is not always true. But maybe means हो सकता है, yes हो सकता है कि कोई भी एक binomial हो जाए और उसकी आपके पास में डिग्री क्या हो जाए, 5 possibility है, इसका मतलब ये true है. Third one is the all points 2, 0, -3, 0, 4, 2 and 0, 5 don't lie on x-axis. Which point lie on the x-axis? If y coordinate is 0. Here y coordinate is 0, here y coordinate is 0, but here y coordinates are not 0. So these points don't lie on x-axis. So yes, all the points don't lie on the x-axis. This point don't lie on the x-axis. That is the true. Option B is the correct answer. Okay, next. Paragraph 4, question number 57 and 58. If p equal 1 upon a root x plus b root y, when denominator is rationalized, p can also written as p equal a root x minus b root y upon a square x minus b square y. It is saying x equal 2 plus root 3, then find x plus 1 upon x. So, x equal 2 plus root 3. Then what is the value of 1 upon x? 1 upon x will be the 1 upon 2 plus root 3. Here you know, if any number is in the form, then you can represent it with this one. But generally we know the direct method, we can rationalize it easily. 2 minus root 3 into 2 minus root 3. Rationalize it. So that will be the 2 minus root 3 upon 2 square 4 and root 3 square 3. So that will be the 2 minus root 3. So x plus 1 upon x. X plus 1 upon x will be 2 plus root 3 plus 2 minus root 3. Root 3 to root 3 cancel out. 2 plus 2, 4. Option A is the correct answer. 58. 1 upon root 3 minus root 2. When you compare it, so 1 upon root 3 minus root 2, when you rationalize it, it can be written as root 3. So it can written as root 3 plus root 2 and 3 minus 2, that is the root 3 plus root 2. Root 3 plus root 2, option A is the correct answer. Next, paragraph 4, question number 59 and 60. In figure, triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. It is an isosceles triangle such that angle B equal angle C with angle A equal to 50 degree if L and M are midpoint of AB and AC respectively, then answer the following question. It is saying that angle B equal angle C. Okay, so we have to answer the following question. L and M are midpoint of AB and AC respectively. So it is the midpoint theorem of the triangle. What is the midpoint of the triangle? That is, if L and M are midpoint of side AB and AC respectively, then LM is parallel to BC. You know very well. Okay, so the quadrilateral LMCB, it means in quadrilateral LMCB you just got LM parallel to BC. So LMCB, which type of the quadrilateral? It is the trapezium. If one pair of opposite side is parallel, and then it is called trapezium. Option C is the correct answer. Next, it is saying the value of angle ALM. Okay, so it is the 50 degree, then angle B and angle C will be the 65 and 65 degree. From the formula of the isosceles triangle and angle sum property, you can find the angle B and C. And it is asking angle ALM, this angle. If LM parallel to BC, so in this case, AB is working like a transversal. If a transversal intersect two parallel line, then corresponding angles are equal. So angle ALM will be the also 65 degree. Option C is the correct answer. Thank you so much for watching the video. इसी तरीके से आपके पास में सारे क्वेश्चन कंप्लीट होते हैं.
Hello student, welcome to Matrix YouTube channel. We are here to discuss the solution of Matrix Olympiad paper of class 9th reasoning conducted on 29 October 2023 in shift first. Hope you performed very well. So let's get started. So question number 61. Look at this series. Series is 8, 6, 9, 23, 87 and find the next number. What number should come the place of question mark? So find the next number of this series. So first find the pattern of the series. So pattern of the series 8. Now 8 multiply by 1 minus 2. It means 6. Next term. Now 6 multiply by 2 minus 3. 6 multiply by 2 it means 12. 12 minus 3 it means 9. Now similarly 9 multiply by 3. 1, 2, 3 minus 2, 3, 4. 9 multiply by 3 minus 4. It means 23. Now 23 multiply by 4 minus 5. 23 multiply by 4. It means 92. 92 minus 5 it means 87. Similarly 87 multiply by 5 minus 6. Multiply by 1, multiply by 2, multiply by 3, multiply by 4, now multiply by 5. Now first minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, now minus 6. So 87 multiply by 5, it means 435 minus 6, it means 429. So 429 is the next term of this series. So here option B is the correct answer of this question. So let's move on to the next question. Look at this series 5.2, 4.8, 4.4, 4 and find the next number. So find the pattern of this series. So pattern of this series it means 5.2 minus 0.4. 5.2 minus 0.4 it means 4.8. Now 4.8 minus 0.4. 4.8 minus 0.4 it means 4.4. Similarly 4.4 minus 0.4 it means 4. Now 4 minus 0.4. So 4 minus 0.4 it means 6.60.43. 3.60, either you can say 3.6. So 3.6 is the next term of this series. So here option C is the correct answer of this question. So let's move on to the next question. So next question is question number 63. Harish walks 20 km towards north. He turns left and walks 40 km. He again turns left and walks 20 km. Finally, he moves 20 km after turning to the left. How far is he from his starting position? Before starting this question, we should know that there are 4 types of direction. One is, second is west, third is north, and fourth is south. And there are 4 types of cardinal direction: northeast, southeast, this one southwest, and this one northwest. Okay. So according to question, Harish walks 20 km towards north direction. So this is the starting point of Harish. Let's suppose this point is A. Harish walks 20 km towards north. 20 km towards north. Then turns left. And walk 40 km and walk 40 km. He again turns left. And walk 20 km and walk 20 km. Finally, he moves 20 km after turning to the left. After turning to the left, he moves 20 km. This is, let's suppose this is the end point. A let's suppose this point is C, D and E. How far is he from his starting position? Now how far he from his starting point? So distance between AB. So AB is equals to AE minus BE. So value of AB, value of AE, value of AE is equals to DC. Both are 40 minus value of BE. Value of BE is 20. 40 minus 20. It means 20 kilometer. So find the distance between initial point to end point is 20 kilometer. So here 20 kilometer, it means option A is the correct answer of this question. So let's move on to the next question. So next question. One morning after sunrise, Nivedita and Niharika were talking to each other face to face at Dolphin Crossing. If Niharika's shadow was exactly to the right of Nivedita, which direction Niharika was facing? In the morning time, the position of sun is in east direction and shadow is always formed in the west direction. So question is if Niharika's shadow was exactly to the right of Nivedita, if in the morning time, if this shadow was on the left or right, then it means that they were looking north or south direction. It means they were looking north or south direction. So this is the left and this is the right of this person, and this is the right and this is the left of this person. So according to question, and if Niharika's shadow, both shadow was in the west direction, if Niharika's shadow was exactly to the right of Nivedita, so it means this is Nivedita and this is Niharika, because Niharika's shadow was exactly to the right of Nivedita. To the right of Nivedita, it means this is Nivedita and this is the Niharika. So which direction Niharika was facing? So Niharika's face was towards north direction. So here option A is the correct answer of this question. So let's move on to the next question. So next question is question number 65. In a row of 21 girls, when Priya was shifted by 4 places towards her right, then she becomes 12 position from the left, and what was her earlier position from the right end of the row? So here total number of girls in this row is 21 in a row. Let's suppose here is Priya. Now Priya was shifted by 4 places towards her right. So this is the right and this is the left side of Priya, and this is the right side of Priya. Now Priya was shifted by 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 places towards her right. Now becomes Priya is 12 position from the left end. So first find the Priya earlier position of Priya from the left end. So find the earlier position of Priya from the left end. So Priya left position is equals to 12 minus 4 position is equals to 12 minus 4 is equals to 8 place. So earlier position of Priya from the left end is 8. Now find the earlier position of Priya from the right end. So here find the Priya, earlier position of Priya from the right end. So formula is equals to total minus Priya, earlier position of Priya from the left end plus 1. So total is equals to 21 minus earlier position of Priya from the left end is equals to 8 plus 1. So 21 minus 8, it means 13. 13 plus 1, it means 14. So earlier position of Priya from the right end is 14. So here option D is the correct answer of this question. So let's move on to the next question. Next question. So next question is question number 66. Avdesh and Nayan are ranked 7th place and 11th place respectively from the top in the class of 41 students. So total student in the class is equals to 41. Avdesh rank from the top is 7th place. Is 7th place, and Nayan rank from the top is 11th place. Is 11th place. Now, what will be their respective ranks from the bottom in the class? So, find the rank of Avdesh from the bottom side and also find the rank of Nayan from the bottom side. So, find the Avdesh first, find the Avdesh rank from the bottom side. So, formula is total minus Avdesh rank from the top plus 1. So total student, so total number of student in this class is 41 minus Avdesh rank from the top is 7 plus 1. So it means 41 minus 7, it means 34. 34 plus 1. So Avdesh rank from the bottom is 35 place. Now find the rank of Nayan from the bottom side. So formula is total number of student minus Nayan rank from the top side plus 1. So total student is equals to 41 minus Nayan rank from the top, and it is 11 plus 1. Nayan rank from the top is 11th. So 41 minus 11, it means 30. 30 plus 1, it means 31st. So Nayan rank from the bottom side is 31st. So right answer is 35 and 31st. So here 35 and 31st, it means option C is the correct answer of this question. So let's move on to the next question. So next question is question number 67. If minus stand for division, plus stand for multiplication, divide stand for subtraction, and multiply stands for addition, so then which one of the following question is correct? So option are taken one by one. So according to option A, 6 plus 20 minus 12 divided by 7 minus 1 is equals to 38. So here 6 plus means multiply by 20, minus means divided by 12, divide means minus 7, minus means divide 1 is equals to 38. So using BODMAS rule in this question, so first divide the numbers. So 6 multiply 20 divided by 12, 20 divided by 12 minus 7 divided by 1, it means 7 is equals to 38. So 6 2s are 12, 2 10s are 20. So 10 minus 7 is equals to 38. 10 minus 7, it means 3. 3 is equals to 38. So 3 never equals to 38. It means option A is the incorrect option. Now taking option B. So according to option B, 6 divided by 20 multiply by 12 plus 7 minus 1 is equals to 70. So 6 here, divide means minus 20, multiply means plus 12, plus means multiply 7, minus means divide 1 is equals to 70. So using BODMAS rule in this equation, so 6 minus 20 plus 12, first divide the numbers. So 12 multiply by 7 divided by 1, it means 7 is equals to 70. So now multiply the numbers. 6 minus 20 plus 7, 12 multiply by 7, it means 84 is equals to 70. So 6 minus 20, 6 plus 6 minus 20 means minus 14, plus 84 is equals to 70, plus minus 14 plus 84, it means 70. So 70 is equals to 70. So 70 is equals to 70. Yes, 70 always equals to 70. It means option B is the correct answer of this question. So let's move on to the next question. So next question is question number 68. In the question below consists of a question and two statements numbered first and second given below it. You have to decide whether the data provided in these statements are sufficient to answer the question. Read both these statements and give answer. So question is, how many doctors are practicing in this town? So we have two statements. Statement first, there is one doctor per 700 residents. Statement second is there are 16 wards, with each ward having as many doctors as the numbers of ward. So we have four options. Option A is the data in statement first alone is sufficient to answer the question. Option B is the data in statement second alone is sufficient to answer the question. Option C is data in statement first and statement second together are sufficient to answer the question. Option D is the data in neither statement first nor statement second are sufficient to answer the question. So question is, how many doctors are practicing in this town? So कितने doctors इस town में practice कर रहे हैं? So find the total number of doctors. Total number of doctors. So question is, find the total number of doctors. So according to statement first, we have two statements for this question. First, taking both statements separately. पहले तो दोनों statement को अपने को अलग-अलग लेना है. So according to statement, there is one doctor per 700 residents. So 700 residents per 1 डॉक्टर है. अब टोटल रेजिडेंट्स अपने को नहीं पता है कि हाउ मेनी टोटल रेजिडेंट्स इन दिस टाउन. सो ये अपने को पता नहीं है, तो टोटल पता नहीं. सो टोटल रेजिडेंट्स पता नहीं है, तो अपने को नंबर ऑफ डॉक्टर्स भी नहीं पता होंगे. तो इट मींस ऑप्शन स्टेटमेंट अलोन सफिशिएंट नहीं है इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर. नाउ according to statement second, there are 16 ward. So total ward कितने हैं अपने पास? Total wards is equals to 16. With each ward having as many doctor as the number of ward. जितने number of wards हैं उतने ही उस वार्ड में डॉक्टर हैं. तो फर्स्ट वार्ड में डॉक्टर होंगे, फर्स्ट वार्ड में डॉक्टर होगा 1, सेकेंड वार्ड में होगा डॉक्टर 2, थर्ड वार्ड में डॉक्टर होगा, थर्ड वार्ड में डॉक्टर होगा 3, सो एंड सो ऑन. 16 वार्ड में डॉक्टर होगा 16 डॉक्टर. सो अपन टोटल फाइंड कर सकते हैं. सो टोटल डॉक्टर 1 + 2 + 3 + 4 + 5 + 6 + 7 + 8 + 9 + 10 सो ऑन. सो 16. सो यहां पे टोटल नंबर ऑफ डॉक्टर्स आ सकता है. सो ओनली स्टेटमेंट सेकंड ही सफिशिएंट है इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर देने के लिए. सो So answer is the data in statement second alone is sufficient to answer the question. So here option B is the correct answer of this question. So let's move on to the next question. Question number 69 and 70. In a row of an exhibition, 7 cars of different companies, Cadillac, Ambassador, Fiat, Maruti, Mercedes, Bedford, Fargo are standing facing to east in the following order. There are 7 cars and all are facing towards east direction. 4, 5, 6 and 7. Now, according to first information, Cadillac is next to right of Fargo. So Fargo, here is Fargo and here is Cadillac. Fargo के just right पे Cadillac हो गया because Fargo, facing of Fargo is in the east direction. So this is the right of Fargo and this is the left side of Fargo. Now, according to second information, Fargo is fourth to the right of Fiat. So here is Fiat and fourth place 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here is Fargo. Fargo is fourth place. Fargo is fourth place to the right of Fiat. So Fiat के fourth place पर 1, 2, 3 and 4 place पर Fargo हो गया. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 कार की place हो चुकी है. Now, according to third information, Maruti car is between Ambassador and Bedford. So, here is Ambassador. Here is Maruti. And here is Bedford. ये हो सकता है, but एक condition ये भी हो सकती है कि Bedford, here is Bedford. Here is Maruti. And here is Ambassador. ये प्लेस हो सकती. अभी 3 कंटिन्यूसली प्लेस होनी चाहिए. तो 3 कंटिन्यूसली प्लेस यही हो सकती है. तो मारुति दोनों ही केस में मिड में है. सो हेयर यहाँ पे मारुति हो जाएगी. इस प्लेस पर मारुति. और इस प्लेस पर या तो एम्बेसडर होगा या फिर बेडफोर्ड होगा, या फिर बेडफोर्ड यहां होगा या फिर एम्बेसडर यहां होगा. Now, according to fourth information, Fiat, which is third to the left of Ambassador. अगर Ambassador की प्लेस यह होती तो इसके just left हो गया Fiat. तो but according to fourth information, Fiat is at third to the right of Ambassador. So Ambassador की प्लेस यहां पे होगी. और 1, 2 एंड 3 यहां पे Fiat हो जाएगा. यहां पे Fiat हो जाएगा तो बेडफोर्ड यहां हो जाएगा. बेडफोर्ड की प्लेस ये हो जाएगी. नाउ Fiat which is third to the left of Ambassador is at one end. Fiat is at one end. Fiat one end पे है, मीन्स एक एंड पर है. इट मीन्स एक ही प्लेस बचती है मर्सिडीज की. सो मर्सिडीज की प्लेस यहां नहीं हो सकती बिकॉज अगर यहां पे होगी तो इसका मीन्स Fiat वन एंड पे नहीं होगा, तो मर्सिडीज की प्लेस ये हो जाएगी. सो मर्सिडीज की प्लेस ये हो जाएगी. सो 7 कार की अपने पास लिस्ट आ चुकी है. नाउ अकॉर्डिंग टू क्वेश्चन, विच ऑफ द कार आर ऑन बोथ साइड ऑफ कैडेलिक कार. सो कैडेलिक कार के दोनों साइड कौन सी कार है? वन इज फार्गो एंड वन इज मर्सिडीज. सो फार्गो एंड मर्सिडीज इज द correct answer of this question. So option C is the correct answer of this question. So let's move on to the next question. So next question is question number 70. According to previous question, first Fiat, then Bedford, Maruti, Ambassador, here is Fargo, Cadillac. Now next is Cadillac. And last one is Mercedes. So according to question, which of the following statement is correct? Maruti is next left of Ambassador. Maruti is next left of Ambassador. So this is the left and this is the right of Ambassador. So Maruti, yes, Maruti is next, just next to Ambassador. So option A is the correct statement. Now check option B. Bedford is next left to Fiat. Bedford is next left to Fiat. No, Bedford is next right of Fiat. So option B incorrect. Now option C. Bedford is at one end. Bedford, no. Fiat and Mercedes both are one end. So option C also incorrect. Now D. Fiat is next second to right of Maruti. Fiat is next second to the right of Maruti. Fiat is at next second left of Maruti. So option D also incorrect. So it means option A is the correct answer of this question. Thank you everyone.